On today's video, we discuss about the pillars of the Asian community. So there are we talk about the pillars of the Asian community. It discuss about the Asian in our nations, in our country. So social construction and utilizing multicultural societies. Needless to say, the Asians community is collaboration of nations having a wide array of broad cultural, political, economic dimensions. So consequently, difficulty in how a multinational alliance can consolidated multicultural sciences because inherent in establishing a uniform regional identity. So, although meron po yung mga iba-iba yung mga blueprint or the blueprint na ini-issue tungkol sa mahalaga ng pagproseso o sa pagsasama tulad ng examples such as policies necessity that helps educational institution to spread these important messages para mapahatid yung mga mensahe, yung mga important message sa nagkaiba-ibang mga nations. The Asian heads of state indicated that the member state acknowledged that an integrated, stable, acknowledgement and caring community will help ASEAN nations and strengthen their economic competitiveness. That's why importante talaga yung ASEAN sa ating nations and attractives to investor in a particular during economic downturn. So the integration is a tripartite course of action highlighting economic progress, political security, and also the social-cultural community. So, sa pillars of Asian community, meron po tayong three pillars of Asian community. First is Asian economic community, or that we call the AEC. Second, Asian political security community, or APSC. And the third is the Asian socio-cultural community, ASCC. So let's talk about the three pillars of Asian's community. So there are the most crucial areas then necessary for progress and evaluation of Asian and its people. So the blueprints on the three mentioned, yung three pillars, committees have been carefully formulated to detail specific strategic objectives and actions which intend to achieve progress and positive development in the respective areas. Okay, first pillar, let's talk about the Asian economic community. What does it mean? Okay, way back 2007, when Asian leader assigned the Asian Economic Community, or that we call the ESC 2015, blueprint a vision to integrated our resource market we set on motion. The AEC blueprint having been signed by all Asian members. So, ni-assign nila including yung mga countries. So, I think there are 10, I think, that countries include na yung Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and also the Vietnam. So it's a shift towards globalization, more jobs, and increasing incomes. 2015 is one of the three pillars of the Asian regional integration. So the ASC primarily targets that creation of the single market and production base which allow the free flow of goods, allow yung mga flow of goods, services, investment, and skilled labor. And also, the free movement qualification will be region. So, ang ibig sabihin that less restrictions of the qualification will be imposed on important unskilled or white-collar workers. This global movement of capital and employment is expected to intensify competition in both labor and product markets. Since workers all over Southeast Asia, yung lahat ng nasa Southeast Asia can now be employed within the region, having less rules and regulations to employ with our local level force out to have more job opportunities. Kasi yung mga job opportunities importante talaga yan sa country natin, but may likewise face a much sterner competition. Members of the Asian gearing up the ASC 2015. One question, merits of the discussion. Ito yung question. It says, how can our education system be at peace with the Asian integration for workforce? So, according to McCarthy, sabi niya, according to him, an educational policy analysis. Two perspectives are worth mentioning in the analysis of the perspective include yung mga social construction and also include the human capital development. Let's move on to the second pillar. About the second pillar is the Asian Political Security Community, or the APSC. So the Asian Political Security Community oversees that the Asean community continues to live in peace, stability, resilience, and in concord. Through the APSC blueprint, the Asian signatories have established role-based community a multi-shared yung norms and values. So, sa norm and values. With the implementation of the APSC, all Asian members must agree to rely exclusive on scholarly and peaceful process of sitting in extra-regional conflicts about matter of security and cultural differences. So in addition, the APSC has the following components. Ito yung mga components sa APSC. Political development, shaping, sharing of norms, conflict prevention, conflict resolution, post-conflict peace building, and implementing mechanism. Ito yung mga belong po sa APSC. The third pillar is that we call the Asian Socio-Cultural Community. So, the Asian Socio-Cultural Community aims to promote a caring. Pag sinabi natin caring and sharing society, tinatawag siya na Asian Socio-Cultural Community, which stem from the facts that all actions and undertaken by the ASEAN are to uplift the lives of its people and make on the region a more fulfilling experience. So furthermore, the APSC seeks to provide fair access to opportunities without prejudice to religion, race, gender, and cultural background. By doing this, human potential can be maximized and nurtured the fullest through allowing all individuals to take part in a competitive world that does not take care of granted their welfare and also the dignity. Apart from that, virtues of social justice shall be upheld by addresses an issue of poverty and equity while simultaneously providing better opportunities to the vulnerable groups, including na yung mga bata at saka yung mga matanda, include na rin sila. Since they are most prone to be subjects of abuse and discrimination, they are to be provided with special care and privilege. Kasi pag hinahayaan lang natin, siguro ano talagang mangyari, no? Wala talaga sigurong mga improvement or growth sa ating nations. So lastly, the environmental, according to the ASCC, must be protected to ensure that our natural resources are will be managed. So, kailangan talaga yan. To sustain and develop it also to serve as our legacy for the future generation. Kasi, kung, kung wala tayong mga future, kung hindi natin iniisip yung future, kasi hindi lahat ng tao nakikinabang sa mga environment to growth or to develop. So, meron din kasing tao ganito lang buhay or whatsoever. So, that's how the importance of the pillars community. That is the importance of the three pillars of Asian community. Yung three pillars that we call the Asian Economic Community, Asian Political Security Community, and also the Asian Socio-Cultural Community. So, maraming salamat po sa pakikinig sa topic na ito na nawa po ay magbigay po ng pahiwatig or nagbigay po din ng kaalaman tungkol sa the Asian community in our country.